Mercenaries, it's the General Osama. Just gonna give you a update on what I feel about the Vectronix Vector X laser rangefinders, or should I say rangefinding binoculars. Real nice glass in there, real nice glass, very bright, colors pop. Like I said, I would say they're probably on the same level as the Leica Geovids. Like I say, real good glass. Rangefinding capabilities, I think, are kind of a hit or miss. Some people have good experience with their rangefinder, hitting targets at distance. I've had the ones that I've tested out. They kind of struggled on the small, like silhouette, man-sized silhouette targets. A little bit at distance, but I think when I changed the mode from LRM to ULM, it kind of maybe gave a little bit more of a precise yardage, because I could tell when I ranged the same target switching from the modes that the rangefinding recordings were a little bit different yardage wise. I figured with the ULM they were a little bit more precise than the LRM. I think the LRM is just something quick and easy to give you something that just gives you close, but maybe the ULM will give you something that's more precise. The range card function was great. You go to the range card, you laser target, you give it a target ID. So I started out from like the 286, 290 yard target was Alpha. Excuse me, the 420 yard was Bravo. The 600 yard target was Charlie. 850 was Delta. 1221 was Echo. The 13.5 was Foxtrot. And all you do is when you're going between your targets, all you do is go to the target card and go to the target ID, and it gives you your dope and everything right there for you to hit. Real simple and intuitive operation there. Real simple. And Bluetooth mode syncs very easily. I didn't sync it to my Vectronix app because the owner already had his synced to his app, so I didn't want to confuse it. But upload your profiles there. You either keep them in the Kestrel or you can upload them to the binos. I think at one time, I think they probably need to be recalibrated again. I read that when you see the little chicken sign in the right side corner next to the battery, that'll be time for you to recalibrate the compass in those. Because when I first had them in range something, it said that we were pointing 80 degrees, and I knew that wasn't true because we're facing south. Because if you can see behind me, and I'll just raise up the camera a little bit, that's going north, like going back towards where I'm from in Atlanta. So I know for sure because the highway US 27 runs north and south. So I know for sure we wasn't heading at an 80 degree bearing, which is basically have us pointing northeast to east, but more on the eastern side of a compass. Because remember, 90, 180, 270, 360 gives you a whole compass bearing. And if we were at 80 degrees, that means that we were close to east. And I knew that wasn't true because we were facing south. But once I started ranging again and I looked at it, the compass bearing had recalibrated itself and had us at the right bearing at about 200 degrees, which is more actually to where we were. Because I think that this range is not straight perpendicular 180 degrees. It's at more of an angle. So that was a great acknowledgement that I seen with the Vector X's. Didn't really get nothing much extra to do with them. You know, like I said, they have all the sensors and everything on board. You know, temperature, humidity, density, altitude, barometric pressure, things of that nature. You know, your altitude above sea level, all those things. Everything is in there except for wind. You know, you can't have something that has wind, but if you have it paired to the Kestrel, you know, that just takes all the guesswork out for you. But range enhancers, pretty good. The model I have, as y'all probably seen, was the 10x by 42, so 10 time magnification with the range enhancers, and increased it 40%. So it went from 10%, I'm at 10x to 14x. And like I say, slight difference you can see with the enhancers, especially going out to distance at the farther targets. But like I say, real good attribute. And I think one thing that we also discussed was that maybe the range finding capabilities, using it with the range enhancers, may degrade the laser a little bit. But like I say, just with the little 15-20 minutes that we had them out here today, that was something that we noticed, and the owner said that he's probably noticed that too. But I think later on, it probably could have been a negligent change and just adding from the enhancers to not. I figured that with the history of Vectronix, if you're familiar with the Vector series, they have what is called the BE10 XTs, which are a magnifying enhancer and a range performing enhancer. So basically when you put them on there, the binocular goes from 7x magnification to 10 times magnification, and the range performance increases to about 20 to 30%, maybe 40, depending on, I guess, which model that you have. But it's usually between 20 to 30% range increase when you use the BE10 XTs. But other than that, like I say, I have a pair of 12Xs with the range enhancers en route, still on pre-order. But I think after playing with them for a while, one guy brought out a pair of old original Leica Vector Viper 2s, which is basically Vector 4s, just a military designation with the Viper on there. And like I say, they pinged everything, no problems asked. I mean, first time you hit that bad boy, it shows everything distance wise when you ping it, laser target. And the Vector still kind of struggled, but we have to think Vector X's are using a 905 nanometer class 1 laser, and the Vectors, the actual true military Vectors, are using a class 3 laser. So night and day difference with the ranging capabilities between the two lasers. But other than that, like I say, I think it's a personal call on if you want to upgrade and get the Vector X's. Personally, I'm not a PRS guy, so I really don't see the need of me having them per se, because I'm not using range cars to get my dope and I'm competing. I'm just a recreational shooter, so I think I might just go with just the regular Vectors just to give me the range. But the only thing that's sad about those is the guy who was making the Bluetooth dongles to hook up to the Kestrel stopped making them because they weren't as big as they once were anymore. And ended up throwing all the way the spare parts, and he couldn't make me a dongle. So once I get the distance on the target, I have to go manually look for it in my Kestrel, the distance, and get my dope and then go from there. Just a small inconvenience of a step, but like I say, to have the better range finding capability and more accurate, I would probably go with that route as just a hobbyist recreational shooter. Now, if I'm a professional, the Vectors X's might be the better route to go. But like I say, just me being a hobbyist, I think just the regular Vectors will probably do me justice. But to each his own. But range is about to go back hot again, Merc. So thank you for this little sidebar video. The gnats are out here killing, and like I said, we're getting ready to go hot in a few, and I'll give y'all some more content. And hey, thank you for tuning in to the Syndicate. It's the General Osama, aka the Black Jack Bauer, tapping out. So stay tuned.